I hope you're having a great day. So I wanted to come along and give you an update of what I've been up to. So yesterday I started 6 trays of stock in my basement, and my Lisianthus are coming up. They're starting to sprout and the trays are getting really full. Okay, they're really tiny, but I am getting germination in all of the cells. You can see, I'll put my finger here at the edge of my fingertip. That's a Lisianthus. That's a Lisianthus. That's a Lisianthus. So it's hard to see because obviously they're so tiny. But I'm getting really good germination in all of the cells. So I took the humidity domes off of a lot of my trays. So it must be warmer up at the top. And then as you can see, as I get to the bottom, these trays were not full of Lisianthus. So one reason I wanted to take off my trays, you can see right here, I'm getting just a couple Lisianthus that are getting just crazy. They were getting really like long and leggy, and maybe those are just bad seeds. But since I had germination in all but maybe 2 or 3 cells, I thought, yep, I'm going to take those humidity domes off. And then as you can see, like there's one there, there's one there, 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 there. And then like a missing one, and then there and there. So, and that's like that all the way up. So these trays, the humidity domes are off. And these trays, I'm keeping them on because they did not have full germination. Like all of the cells were not full of Lisianthus. If you want me to just show you that real quick, I can. So, like in this tray, I see one there, in there, in there. So that's only 3 out of 6 cells. And then over here, I can see the pellet is starting to come off here. There's one, the pellet's starting to come off. Here's one over here where the pellet's starting to come off. But as you can see, like I have them, but they're not all germinated. And in the past, if I took off this tray now, some of these might dry out too much and they'll never germinate. So it's worked a lot better this year to keep the trays on until I see a plant in almost every single cell. And now I just need to keep them alive. And when I'm not watering my Lisianthus, checking on them, or starting stock, I also started 2 trays of petunias, and I have my eucalyptus going. So I'll give you a look at those here in a minute in my basement. But in the meantime, I've been doing a lot of crafts. So I have a ton of dried flowers, and I want to just come along during the winter months, and I try to make a bunch of crafts to sell at the farmer's market the following year. Because while I'm not bringing in the money now, I can hopefully bring it in over the summer, and I feel like I'm still generating an income over the winter months, and it gives me something to do in between seed starting and taking care of all my seedlings. This is the first year that I dried flowers, and I did have, I have some time on my hands. I have a lot of things like bookwork, taxes, ordering seeds, planning out my field, and doing all of that stuff. But there's a little bit of downtime here and there, so I thought, well, I'll get too busy crafting, and hopefully I can sell this stuff at the farmer's market. So I will take you along and show you a few of those crafts that I've been making. So one thing that I like to make are these little, they're just a piece of willow, and then I tie some kind of string to them, and then I make little bundles of like lavender and different things. And they're just a really cute addition to empty spaces on the wall in the kitchen. I really like them in the kitchen too. This is my bathroom. But one reason, I'll show you real quick, I have one in the bathroom is because you can take your essential oil sprays and you can easily, I don't know if I can easily because I have one hand on the camera, but I can just kind of take this off. Normally I hold it and then I can just spray essential oil sprays on these flowers. Don't mind my curling iron and everything on my sink, but so I spray them and then I can put them back up, and they hold the scent of essential oils really well. So if you've ever seen those things where they put wood sticks in a vase or something like that, and the wood soaks up the essential oils. Well, dried flowers soak up the oils and keep them smelling for a long time. So they're perfect. You can take them off, spray them, and also you can have them hanging at the height where people walk by and they can smell it. So it can make your house smell really good. So I really like these, and I've been busy making those. I have a whole stack of them, and I'm gonna just take a picture on this gray wall. They look really good on white walls. They look good on brown walls. I'll try to get a couple screenshots to show you. Another thing about them is they are so light, you can hang them on the tiniest nails. I mean, they're light as a feather, so you can just hang them just about anywhere. So as you can see, you can put different string on it to change the look of them. You can make them as long or short as you want. I like to put about 5 little bundles on them because I sell them for $10 to $20. And I found that people just swoop them up for $10, $20. I sold the $20 ones last year, but sometimes I took them home and had to bring them back where the $10 ones just usually went. And it takes less flowers if you just do 5 and make them a little shorter. But I do like to make a few longer ones and make them a little bit more. And they do take some time, so I was thinking of upping the price this year to 15 or 20 even for the short ones. But I'm going to flip you around and show you all of my dried flowers. So I have a box of gomphrena. I have the pink, white, orange. I have some purple. I've been using a lot of the purple. I have a little bit of status. I would like to have more of it. This larkspur held its color really well. I have some dried baby's breath. And as you can see, I just have this frosted explosion grass. It is awesome. I love using it in the mixture because it just adds a little pop of green and whimsical. Here are a bunch of, that's all I do is I pretty much make these little bundles, and then I just take and I hot glue gun them right. I mean, I'm kind of anal about it, but I'll space them, you know, so that they're the right spacing apart, and then I will hot glue gun them where I think they look the best with everything like lengthwise, and then I'll just cut off the top of these with my snips. And that's pretty much all I do. I just make bundles that I think look good, and then I've used a lot of gomphrena. I did start using, I have some Lisianthus that I've dried. I have some peonies over here that I dried last year, and then I have ageratum. A lot of lavender. My lavender is stuck at the farm though, and there's so much snow on the country roads, I'm not sure I can get out there, and I'm starting to run low. I sold almost all my lavender this year, so I have to get better at harvesting it, bundling it, and selling it, and then having it for dried flowers. And then I just have a ton of stuff. I have blue sea holly, I have amaranth, I have my yarrow, and over here I have this entire bucket of Sweet Annie, and it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So I like to use it. It's not the prettiest thing, but just a stick of it makes it so pretty. I have some Russian sage. This yellow yarrow dried really well. I'm really happy with it. And then of course I have celosia, which I've been using. Celosia is just wonderful too. So I use a lot of it, and I've just been trying to do a lot of crafts and doing things like this. I'll flip you around. made this wreath. I thought it was kind of a pretty spring looking wreath. And then I have this little basket. I thought maybe I could add like an Easter bunny or some Easter eggs or do something like that. And then I've made a bunch of these I got a bunch of little grapevine wreaths. And then it probably doesn't look the best on a red wall, but maybe here. But I thought those were cute. I could tie a little bow here. I could have it go this way. You know, I could do different things with it. Right now, I'm just getting the flowers on them, and then I'll probably add some bows or other decor. But I've made, like, that would be a fall looking wreath. And then I also have like purple and yellow. And I've just been trying to do this one. I added a few more on there. You go a bunch of different ways. And then I just have these, I have a couple of just little ones. They're just, the lighting isn't the best down here, but these are kind of a peach with the lavender on them, and they're just real little. But I just make a bundle and tie those to the wreath. And then also last year, I had a lot of people for pictures. They wanted little dried flower bouquets. So just something little to hold up. So I've made quite a few of those. I'm just making as many as I can. I'm trying to do a bunch of different looks, a bunch of different color palettes. There's like a pink. And I've just been trying to make those for any of those seniors that just want a little dried flower bouquet to hold with them in their pictures. So I've made a few of those as well. And I won't take all of these to the farmer's market every time. I just don't have the space on my tables. But what I'll do is, like, in the spring, I'll probably pick out the purples and the pinks and the spring colors and take those. And then I'll probably take a mixture of all of them in the summertime, and then in the fall, I'll bring more of the oranges and yellows. I might bring some oranges because people love orange, you know, like, but just like one. And each farmer's market, you know, if I had 5 dried arrangements that I was trying to sell, a couple, like 2 or 3 of those stick arrangements, maybe some of the wreaths, it'll just add to what I can sell at the farmer's market, because not everybody's always looking for a fresh bouquet of flowers. Sometimes they just want some to gift or just hang up anywhere. And I do have a lot of people that like to spray their essential oil or their favorite scent and have it like linger around the house longer, and dried flowers are a great way to do that. So that's what I've been working on. But for now, I'm just going to get to crafting and get some of my things out there. I hope everybody is having a great January, and I hope you like this update, and I hope you have a great day.